This is Cheryl with the Cut at Home design team. I'm here today with, I think of it as a new home card. This congratulations is the sentiment I have on it. It features a really pretty die by Spellbinders. It's called Decorative Flower Box. It's part of the designer series designed by Stacy Karen. Absolutely a beautiful die. The series is called Botanical Bliss. Here's the die package here so you can see what's supposed to be in it. We've got 5 different pieces. You've got the window box. These are actually some lattices that you could put at the windows, and then the ivy string that goes across and some individual leaves. So it's a really pretty little set. Goes together super easy. I cut out a second one, so I'm just going to set this aside and show you how I put it together. This is the die that cuts the window. Nothing spectacular or special about this. The only thing that I will say is because of the detail and the intricacy of all the dies in this set, the best thing for you to do is treat them as if they're a finely detailed die. So run them forward in your machine and then run them backward. And make sure if you don't have a lot of detail coming out, or if it's not fully cutting, then you're going to have to follow some other protocols. Put in a shim or something like that. Mine cut fine, but I wanted to pick up the detail a little bit more. Yes, I could have put my embossing mat in, but I didn't. So I started out with the back layer in white that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I cut my pattern paper 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and then out of the center of that I cut out my window arch because I want the white to show through, not this pink pattern paper. So here's the arch cut out. It's going to fit perfectly into that center, but it's not going to sink in. That's what I like about it. This is a heavier weight paper, so it's going to look like it's outside. If you wanted to do something different, like if I wanted to have, say, a blue color behind the window, then you just have to affix a piece of paper behind this hole in your pattern paper before you mounted it on your card back. The window box die, again, looks like this. The one thing I don't like about this set, and I don't fully understand, is why it's so dimensional on the window box. That's a good 1/2 inch there, I think, and that makes it very difficult to mail. It's beautiful, but that part I don't quite understand so much. It is big enough you could put a gift card in, so it would make a nice way to handle a gift card. But here's how that die comes out. All the lines are marked here so that you can fold them fairly easily. My metallic paper doesn't want to cooperate as well as traditional cardstock would. I think if you wanted a less dimensional version of this, you could just simply cut along these score lines instead of folding and put this on with a dimensional adhesive, and it would be just fine to do that. But in any event, you're going to fold along all these lines and build your box. Having trouble getting on the lines today. All the little tabs here again are going to help you to form that box. You want to make sure you folded them well. This is a super heavy gold cardstock, so it's not wanting to take the folds very well. It's not tremendously scored, so that's why it's given me a bit of a hard time on the folding here. Again, regular cardstock would fold much easier. But you can see now how that window box begins to take shape. So that gets attached to the card front. What I did was cut an extra little piece of pattern paper and slide it inside. You don't necessarily want all these tabs showing through from the front. Again, it depends on how you handle this and what you put inside the box. Maybe it's okay because you're going to cover it up with some flowers or something like that. Mine was pretty barren because I was just using the ivy. And so the pattern paper behind, and you can't really tell what's going on here. It all looks good. So those are kind of the hardest parts of assembly. Once you've got that box built, you can go ahead and add the ivy. I did cut the ivy out of gold because you can see how pretty the detail is. There's really a lot of beautiful detail in that. What I did when I made the ivy in green is I cut it out of the green, but I also took a little bit darker distressed ink and sponged a little around the edges to give it just a little dimension and feeling. I've also taken and I pull at these leaves a little bit to pop them up. The card's already pretty dimensional, So adding a little dimension at the ivy adds a little bit down there. You have 2 ivy pieces within the set, the one long swag that you see here, and then there's some individual leaves that you can use for various things. You can see I used a couple of the little leaves on my congratulations sign here. My little window swags are this cutout from the arch right here, this sort of half circle here. I just had to trim the ends of those off a little bit, so I cut that 3 times and added those into the center. I made my little congratulations sign. I just cut a strip of paper and added a sticker to it. I wanted to show you these stickers. A lot of people shy away from these gold and silver pre-made stickers, but they're kind of nice to have on hand, especially like with this one, congratulations in a very compressed space. Sometimes is really, really handy to have. The cheaper stickers don't work as nicely as this brand. This brand is Starform. Starform makes a good quality sticker. What I typically do, let's find a bigger word here. I'm picking the word anniversary, and I'm just going to peel it off the sheet. So you bend it back so you can get behind that and just peel it off. No need to worry about it breaking or whatever. It's just fine. It's going to pull up and it's going to be okay. Then I try and grab it just by an edge and let it dangle for a minute. That allows it to spring back into shape. So it'll stretch a little, pulling it off the sheet, but it always springs back into shape. And then just lay it in place where you want it. Pick it up and reposition it if you need to. It's kind of hard to tell if you're straight or not. Clearly I'm not straight here. So I'm going to pick it up and reposition it. If I need to, I can pick it up and dangle it again and make sure it goes back into shape. But that's how easy it is to use Starform. That didn't work out so well. You can see I don't have my A in line because I don't have much of a target here to shoot for. But very, very easy to use. These don't tear. The only thing they'll do is they'll stretch out a little bit, but again, hang them down. They'll spring back into shape and you should be able to use them. So Starform stickers, really, really nice addition for your card. Again, when you need a sentiment in a really tiny space, or here I wanted the gold as well as the tiny space, and the sticker worked well for me. So today I've showed you the Spellbinders Designer Series Botanical Bliss die. It's called Decorative Flower Box. It's a really, really fun die. I know you'll have a great time working with it. Imagine a window scene behind it. It would be beautiful. Thanks for watching. Bye.